Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Ian as a Weirdo. Y'all, I wasn't planning on doing much of anything today because I was super sore from yesterday from moving all the stuff that we could move without my dad's truck. And then my dad showed up, and it was like, "Oh, we're moving everything um, uh, in your life right now." So that's cool. So we moved everything, and I was already like ready to sleep for about 1,000 years, and now I am going to sleep for 1,000 more. But I'm very parched. Also, I'm pretty hungry, so I'm gonna make myself some ice cold water, and I'm going to um, get something to eat. Now, I brought my sheets over and everything so I could wash them, get a nice clean wash. The mattress, transporting it. I'm only a short distance away from where I was living before. But I put my pillowcase in a plastic bag for some fucking reason. And then I had like a really huge bag of like a contractor's bag of like the sheets and like the blankets and all that stuff, and I just dumped them all in the wash. This is my first time using a washing machine without an agitator. Pretty cool, but totally forgot that the agitator wasn't in there. Totally thought I broke it right off the bat. That was really cool. And then I go to pull everything out of the wash and put it in the dryer, and this comes out in the bag. I didn't wash my pillowcase. Pillowcase is fine though. It's didn't touch anything in the dirtiness, but that was a mistake. So I'm gonna put that back and make myself some water. Oh god. Everything hurts. There's no easy way to get old, but I doubt that I'm going about it the easiest way. So I have some things here that I can put up when I'm ready. But I needed to get this out so I could get to my water glass. Now, a very special water glass. It's a very nice water glass. It produces nice tasting water. Just give this a little rinky poo. You know, we've got to put water in the water glass to make sure that our water is the most watery that it can be. I've got to find the hand towels that I had placed forth, henceforth. Oh my gosh, I can't find anything. Like, it's a nightmare. I'm gonna die. Keep moving. Oh, keep moving so bad. Okay, what are you in there? Are you a towel? You a hand towel? Can you just be one? Can you pretend to be one? I'm pretending to be like a fucking functioning person in society. Can't you just pretend to be one? Okay, we're trying it on the shirt. I don't give a fuck. Okay, is that nifty? Yeah, nifty. What a delightful surprise. So glad you're broadcasting. I am fucking tired. I was not planning on doing any moving today, and my parents had other plans, so I'm making myself a really nice glass of water. Yes, this is part of my new apartment. The rest of it is way more chaotic than what you see. Yeah. So I'm making myself a glass of water, and following this nice recipe that I have here for water. Used to be able to make it without measurements. I'm hoping that I still can because I don't have any measuring tools because the things that I've talked about that have been making my last living arrangement very unable to live in for someone with an eating disorder like I have, i.e., vermin. Well, those vermin were in more places than I thought, and oh my gosh, yeah. So it's a very nice place. There's like every time you move in a place, there's like always some shit that you have to like mark down, like I didn't do it. So like it looks like someone just like had like a fridge magnet, like one of like the traditional like fridge magnets that are like not just like a flat like metal one, but like a or one that like conforms to the fridge or whatever, but like an old fridge magnet, and they just scrubbed it against it, so it's got quite a few scratches on the front and like the center, but I honestly don't give a shit. If I have a roof over my head and a lock on my door, that's cool. I'm calling to get the internet set up tomorrow, so we're on Wi-Fi. We're on borrowed time tonight, but we're just doing our best, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of some more water to make my water. I really like this element of this part of the water. It's really a delicious water. Put a new magnet over it. I'm honestly, like, I have a lot of magnets, but maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so let me see. My dimensions are way off. The ice threw me off. It's big ol' ice. Lime, water. Okay. But oh my gosh, it's nice, and I will not complain about it. But it's just there's a lot. Okay, I'm gonna just pour this into my normal drinking cup because I don't have enough space in my usual drinking cup that I normally drink my dark waters out of. This is water too. Okay. I'm gonna add some more ice, which is just frozen water. I didn't know. Yeah, I've been trying to like hydrate, which my parents were helping me, and they're like, I'm like, drink some water. I like brought my like Brita filter thing over, and I have like water and like my electrolyte drinks and all that shit. And I'm like, drink some of this, and they're, oh my gosh, look at all the bruises I have on my arm. Whoa, that's fun. Um, and my parents were like, oh, we each drank one Diet Coke this morning. We're good for the rest of the day. Like, no wonder I'm not dehydrated my whole life. Because my family is a bunch of idiots, don't know what water is. But anywho, I'm going to take some more water. Just fancy water. Fanciest water of them all. Nice spicy water. I love this shit. Okay, let's give it a little shake and stir. Um, yeah, I am definitely dehydrated, and this water is, I will admit, is not the most hydrating, um, but it is the most hopefully satisfying. Yes, it's from moving boxes, from moving every single thing in my life. When I literally told my parents, "I'm too tired to move. I cannot move anymore," and then they moved the big stuff. They helped me move the big stuff. I'm not super helpful. I'm not super strong, but I did help as much as I could. And then they're like, "How about it?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" Like, just it was a little bit of a shit show. By a little bit, I mean like every time I move, this is exactly what happens. That water is fucking awesome. Yeah, it looks like honestly, it looks like I gave blood and like my vein popped a little bit. But I have like bruises all over my arms, in my like, in like, you know how you hold like a bunch of bags and stuff in like the crease of your elbow. This arm actually it's just in different spots, but it literally looks like I might have gotten to like an arm fight. Like the rest of me is fine. I could blame like my yes, nothing like a good mug of water. Yes, a very gingery, limey mug of water. On a real note, that's the Topo Chico. Don't need to drink it every day. Don't need to drink it at all if you don't want to. But boy, is it fancy water. And it is so sparkling that, like, it almost tastes spicy. But it's just water. There's nothing in it. I mean, there's minerals. But it's just water. It's fucking awesome. And it's a dupe for club soda, apparently. I mean, water. Club soda is just soda water, right? I'm telling you that this is water. Just trust and believe. Okay, so I have some dinner options. I don't really want to cook anything, so we're gonna do some things in like some. Oh my gosh, my hands are sticky. Sticky. I shit you not. Once I saw that there were like mice droppings literally all throughout like every space of the kitchen, I could not get out of there fast enough. I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Like it's everywhere in the kitchen. It's so bad. Um, yeah, it's really nice. I like it. And then it has the hood is directly under under the microwave, so it's nice. Everything looks good. I have a dishwasher again, which is pretty cool. Because washing things by hand is totally for the birds. Although I don't, I don't have many dishes because it's so easy to let them get out of hand, and I'd rather just not. But let's see. So at this Uncle Ben's street food bean and rice burrito bowl. I think I had another one of these and they like hyped it up as like something fancy. Like, girl, it's just beans and rice. Like it's like I love beans and rice, but it's not even that good at beans and rice. Like fucking be cooler. Do us all a favor and just be cooler. So here's something interesting. Okay, so this is Trader Joe's yellow Todka dal. I hope I didn't butcher that, but I probably did. So yellow lentils, butter, concentrated crushed tomatoes, green chili powder, cumin seed, dehydrated onions. Let's see. Let's check out the. Hey, I wash dishes by hand. What you trying to say? No, no, no. I was saying like I don't like having a lot of dishes because they can pile up. Hey, China. China, you trying to roast me? Like, my first night in my apartment, and like, I can't even not be roasted. Like, life has roasted me right now. Like, take a fucking number. Okay, let me make sure this has some protein, because if I don't have protein, I'm gonna actually die. That's not true. I mean, I will die eventually. But I guess you can live with. Can you live without protein? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I just play one on TV. I think it has soy in it, so it says it. No, it's just traces. Never mind. Um, yeah. I mean, it's got fiber in it too, which is cool. I don't. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And I can heat it in the microwave, which is even better. And I think I have some microwave rice too, because I hate doing dishes. I hate them. Okay. Oh shit, you know what I didn't get? That like press and seal shit. There's still like a lot of stuff at the other place, but like I don't have anything to like have multiple days of food. Okay. Well, I dreamed a dream. It was a failure of a dream, but a dream nonetheless. I'm drinking water. Oh, it's definitely water. Definitely water. There's water in it. That's for sure. different types of water. I like layer different levels of water for maximum hydration and other things. I did my first testosterone shot. That's like the first thing because like I got this. So, I really want to talk about this, but I really have to eat something or I'm getting to start gnawing on my arm. Okay, y'all, I'm just having a tuna sandwich, and if y'all judge me, I do not care. So, I take medication daily, routinely. Sometimes I'll take an as-needed medication, but I'm gonna try to talk and walk away from my phone. I don't know how good the audio will be, so sorry about that. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Ouch. I'm gonna be so like bruised and bump riddled. Okay. So there is an app. Yeah, canned tuna. Um, yeah, I love canned tuna. My wife started getting into these like pre-made packs, which they're more expensive. They're still cheap relative to everything else in the grocery store, and so like you can like change it up every once in a while without having to be creative, which is helpful for me because I'm not creative in the kitchen. Like I'm not. Um, and so I have one of those, but I do have regular tuna. So don't think I'm too fancy for regular tuna. So if you so back to, I'm going to talk about my story, and then I'm not going to tell you what to do because you can make that role as an adult. Because I'm not having an adult beverage right now. I'm having water right now. Yeah, this is one. Um, my bag ripped, of course. So who knows where the other ones might be? And this is like a sweet and spicy. What the fuck is that? Um, they also have like they have tuna, they have salmon, they have chicken, like all these different ones. I don't know what makes it sweet. I guess it's just sugar. Yep, yep, they just put sugar in it. Okay, well that sounds gross. No, but this one didn't look as good to me, anyways, because it has like mandarin oranges in the salad that they put the tuna in. But then like peppers and it's like spicy peppers and bell peppers and garlic. So it's like, what's the sweetness? Anyways, but I've had the sriracha one before. I don't sriracha. It's cool. I don't whatever. So I take pills regularly. I mean, I have a lot of maintenance medications for my bipolar disorder, my anxiety, every disorder, pretty much in the DSM, right? And yeah, if you want to help me with moving expenses, thank you, Night Thought. So so I got this. I saw this ad for a app called Pillow, and it's like a sleeping pillow but without the W, and then it also like in like the app itself has like an emoji heart in front of it. So if you just type in pillow without the W, it comes up. And so what it does is you can write down like your daily meds, your weekly meds, or however often you take meds, or you can do what I do, which is super lazy, and you just say, I know I need to take pills 3 times a day, and I know I need to take my testosterone or whatever once a week, and that's all you do. You don't put details in there because you're fucking lazy and your doctor changes meds all the time. Um, so, um, so I just put that I have medications, and so it will remind you. Set a time for a reminder. For me, it's like morning, afternoon, and evening, and then my weekly med. And what it'll do is get a little. You have a little alarm, and then you can say like reschedule, like remind me in like an hour or something like that if you're out at the grocery store or whatever. And so once you take that med, you get like a little like adherence like heart or something. And once you collect like enough hearts, I think it's like 3, it'll like the app will donate like money to a charity, and they have like 10 to 15 charities that you can pick from. So I picked Doctors Without Borders. And so I'm just taking my meds and it's donating to Doctors Without Borders, which means I'm doing what I need to do and someone else is benefiting from it. So if you take regular meds, or maybe you don't, but maybe you take them kind of, like, I don't know. I don't know how you could use it. If that applies to your life, please take that information and run with it. If it doesn't apply to your life, tell me to get fucked. I don't give a shit. Whatever. I need to unscrew this real quick. And I need to screw myself, honestly. So here's a little hinky dink. So see this little cabinet, which is great for like something, right? So this door doesn't go further than that. But luckily I mentioned it to my parents, and my mom was like, well, there's a little thing here, so you can take the handle off of this, and then you can open this all the way up, which is ingenious. So I'm going to do that and put my cutlery in there. By cutlery, I mean just my fucking whatever these are called. Those things. Is that cutlery? I don't fucking know. Yeah, so it's always interesting moving when like your parents are yeah, I see. I don't even need a knob on the door because it has a little notch right here where you don't need to open, like you don't need a handle. It has just like it has a notch in the door. So I'm just gonna remove the handle entirely and just throw it back in there. But did I lose my screwdriver somewhere? Of course. So I've got my electric screwdriver. Oh, young little dyke Ian. So proud. And I say that with the most irreverent, loving acknowledgement that that was not a term uh, that that was just it was something that I was kind of was just part of who I was at the time, or thought I was because I didn't have any better words to put it way to put it. But everybody's different, so if you don't like it, that's cool too. Different strokes. Does that make you aroused? If it does, I'd have to say that you have problems. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this one. I think this is the backwards way. But this head is bullshit. It's a bit more pointy. Definitely don't want to strip it. I can take that off with my hands. Can you imagine, like, I'm your new neighbor, I'm using power tools at whatever fucking I try to be a very considerate neighbor, but I also forget how fucking loud I am. What the fuck is that? Okay. See, look, now it comes out, no problem. Handy dandy. Look at that. And they say he's not self-sufficient. He's mostly not. Also, I'm wearing boxers. I was wearing shorts, but it's really tight boxers. In short, I just have never understood. I don't understand how people are doing this. Oh, Lydia, sorry I didn't see you. Sorry, I'm working with a really small screen right now. This is my new place. I am trying to make food for myself and stay hydrated um, while I do it. Okay. But it's just like packing stuff, sometimes like even the best packer in the world, I imagine, because I have not met this person, even the best packer in the world, like you lose stuff, like things just get weird, like weirdly placed in the in packing. So it'd be cool to be better at packing, but honestly, maybe it would be nice to just move the place and never have to move again. They match your shirt. What matches my shirt? The cup? Yeah, it kind of does. This is a cup I got from Starbucks. And I don't know who, like, they collaborated with someone. I don't know who it is, but it's like, it's clearish purple on the top, and then it looked really orange in the store. I think I might have settled that it might be like red, but I'm just going to pretend that it's orange. It's green on top, and then it has a black and white swirly straw. And I was like, this is Halloween in a cup. How no, it's just frizzy. There's not really any rhyme or reason. This is just sweat. It might have faded a little bit, but I mean, it might be the lights because I'm like literally like a foot and a half away from a pendant light. So that might be it. Okay, I gotta get some food. We're about to see Angry Ian, and nobody likes Angry Ian. I promise. Okay, so. This thing sucks dick. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. I don't know why we have the world's first not very southern of us, is it? So I just packed a bunch of plastic bags in with my shit because why not? Kettle. I love tea. Tea. I love tea. Definitely have like a little Anchorman moment there. Okay, so what was I making again? Oh, I need to finish with that. Like, what am I in here for? Mm-hmm. Okay, so depressing. I'm sorry to hear that, Lydia. I'm real. Like, I know I sounded exasperated when I said that, but because I'm exasperated from other things. Dr. Buckle, you're doing the same thing. I'm sorry for you because this sucks. Lydia, I'm very sorry to hear that about the passing of your uncle. I think you said. Sorry, it's really hard to read. It's very small. Cousin. Very sorry to hear that about your cousin. Um, I lost a friend like literally tomorrow will be 2 full weeks, and I I I have no words. So my deepest condolences because uh, life is really challenging. So yes. So Dr. Tuckle, that's a pretty fun name. That name actually just makes me smile. So thank you for coming in and just hanging out. I don't care what you do because your name made me smile, and I just needed that. Lydia, very sorry to hear that, you know. These moments we just kind of have to remember that life is precious and we gotta enjoy what we can. Nothing's guaranteed, unfortunately. I wish it was. If it was, you know, would we still take it for granted? Absolutely. So, um, we just gotta do our best, you know. And I'm sorry about your knee as well. You know, I know that that has been a difficult journey for you. It's the unpacking that's the worst. Finding new spots for yourself. Yes. Also, it's like, where the fuck did I pack this shit? I am so lost. Like, I'm like, where did I pack it? I'm like blindly looking, and then I've been packing all day, which I had not planned on, because I was so exhausted from yesterday, and then I had to pack today as well. Cousins are our first friends. Yes, for a lot of us, that is definitely true. For me, that was definitely true. Um, and so, yeah. Well, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, don't know where shit is. Um, Losing cousins is definitely hard, especially because generally they're around our age, and it's just kind of a reminder that life is, you know, life is life. I'm here to give you infinite wisdom, giving you so much, you know, information that you couldn't get anywhere else on the internet. So you're fucking welcome. I'm totally kidding, by the way. Um, Sometimes I feel like I need to specify that because you never know. And plus, when people are going through hard times, sometimes sarcasm doesn't read. Sometimes that doesn't read well. I found, but I honestly don't know how to deal with stuff without joking, without sarcasm, because that's my coping mechanism. I'm just a jokey, sarcastic piece of shit person. At least I'm honest. So, Dr. Duckle. Oh my gosh, your name is so freaking cute. Oh, I can't stand it. How are you celebrating your first night in your place? Are you having a definitely water like I am? Because I needed some definitely water. I need water, but I needed definitely water as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, I took this fucking thing off the mustard and forgot to put the mustard in. Sometimes design things. Okay, so this is neurodivergence in a fucking moment right here. So see this little knob right here? You would think, oh, I take this knob off and that's where it would flip up. Nope. It flips up in the whole thing. Why would you put the knob there and not below where it belongs? See, I condone that. I know you needed my approval, so thank you for asking. I can't do them because they interact with my meds and my brain in a really ugly way. So it's better for the rest of the world and me if I don't do them, but I fully support anyone who decides to do them if it's the right move for them. So congratulations. Uh, for me, it's not the move. Unless you want to see me like in the corner, just like I hate everything. The last time I partook, mess. Mess. Put a little cheese on that. Cheese does make everything a lot better. Yeah, I know that it's great for a lot of people, and I like, you know, speaking personally, like My wife has a lot of physical pain, and she uses a form of it that's legal in our state, and has great results. I'm so happy for, like, literally, like, no sarcasm there at all. Like, I promise. Like, so happy for her that it works for her. Anything that worked for her, I would be fully endorsing it. Endorsing it. I was on overload and needed to breathe. Absolutely. That's why I do nicotine and definitely not water. I mean, definitely water. Definitely. Um, but that's definitely water. Um, but but it helps my wife a lot, and so cheese is the answer to every meal. It's true, but it's also cheese is one of the many answers. So I am currently on I'm on a pescatarian diet because I'm about to eat tuna, so I can't even like say mostly vegetarian because I'm literally about to eat tuna. Mostly pescatarian diet, and it's mostly because of food textures because I'm an eating disorder, but whatever. And so like the thing is when they don't know how, like, a lot of food places and like food, like frozen foods and pre-prepared meals, they don't know how to get protein in you. They just put cheese on it, and it's like, well, cheese is awesome and I love cheese and I have nothing bad to say about cheese. It's not the only source of protein for vegetarians and pescatarians. So, like, be a little bit more creative, please, and maybe give us a cheese as a treat rather than like an obligatory, like, fucking, like, you got to do this because there's literally no other way to provide protein to people who don't eat meat. Nothing like a whiff of tuna to make you go, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you ever like, cheese is my answer to every meal. I wish it could be my answer to every meal, but my cholesterol is like, my cholesterol's pretty high. I know for a fucking fact that my cholesterol is naturally very high, just due to genetics. So I have to watch my cholesterol quite a bit. And so I can't have it. Like, I just have to. I have to be a little, like, snobby with my cheese. That's not true. I will literally eat any fucking cheese and potatoes. Learn that potatoes have protein. No shit. Hides in a lot of foods. I love tuna. Yeah, tuna's rad. I love tuna. Um, but that's really cool. Yeah, I know that potato often gets like the bad rep of being like the carb uh, thing, but it's very interesting that you say that it has some protein. I'm working with a dietitian right now, which is really, really good. And I'm super excited because this dietitian is very mental health informed, which most dietitians that I've encountered are not. So they're just like, especially even if you come in with like, I have a eating disorder or I have a mental illness, they're just like, too fucking bad. Like, I don't know, they have like an attitude. Yeah, and some people don't eat fish. That's fine. Honestly, I can't eat like most chicken or most beef right now. It's like the textural thing. Like, I'm very like sensitive to textures right now. That's a big part of ARPid. So like I can't do the textural aspects. So fish I can actually do. For whatever reason, it just is different. And I don't try to think about it because the more I think about it, the more I want to stop eating everything. So whatever works for you is great, and if it's not hurting you, that's great. So that's all that matters. But some people just don't like fish, and that's fine. I know, like, my mom likes fish, but like if I try to get my mom to eat sushi, even in fish that she already eats, she'll be like, "That's bait. I won't eat that." Even if it's like salmon or something, which she definitely fucking eats. But everybody's different. I'm not comparing you to my mom. I'm just saying it, the story is. I don't know. I really need to eat something or I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. Okay. I'm gonna rinse this before put it in the trash. I have the same three lyrics of like a Backstreet Boys song stuck in my head, like just on a loop right now. Okay, so I'm just gonna eat while we hang out. Just maybe I'll pull out a whip. I have a whole section for my whips over there, but I'm just gonna eat. Oh fuck! Is this the first thing I've eaten all day? Shit, it might be. The thing about time blindness, and like I've tried to explain, whips, they come and go. I don't know. Right now, I don't know. I had a number, but then it kept changing as I was crossing things off, and I was adding two things. But now I've like added my like cat haunted house, so that adds a whip. And then I just finished a cat, like a rainbow cat ear hat. Do you want to see it? I honestly I was like, I like sparks happened, and then I was like, I don't think I've eaten today. Actually, I ate a biscuit this morning. That's it. I ate a biscuit. Which, if you're a southerner, to cut yourself off at one Bojangles biscuit, just a biscuit, no like trimmings, that's no food. That's no food. That's all I need today. Hmm. Okay, so I finished this bad bitch last night, I think. I was gonna sew the ears so they would stand out a little bit, but it didn't work. The skull project, I really want to work on that too, and I really want to finish it for the stitches of the month at the end of the month. But with the moving thing and how fast everything happened, I'm just really hoping to do anything by any time ever. But yeah, it like the tapestry was working so well. The unfortunate thing about moving is that my background that I worked really hard on, um, uh, like that, like lights that you like, Nifty. Um, like I can't bring it over here and like tack it to the wall, so it's done. So it's like it's never going to be used again. I love tuna. I love water. Yeah, it was really cute when I sewed the ears, but because I sewed the ears inside out, thinking that when I would flip them, the ears would flip, but the ears were on the inside, and I was like, oh, I'm a straight up idiot. So, whatever. It's okay. I mean, I know this is why I don't do trends, because I show up to them like 3 years late, and then nobody cares about them anymore. So, I just do my own thing. Another reason why people don't buy my shit. So, whatever. If I had Alexa hooked up, she would be playing. What's the name of that song? That's a theme song from the Eddie Murphy cop movie. Do 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 do. You know what I'm talking about. That would be, yeah. I love tuna. I love water. This is definitely water. I'm probably being on the more dehydrated side and also not having eaten. This water is hitting me a little bit harder than it normally does. And with my medication, I literally look like I just got beat the fuck up. Oh my god. My wrists are, like, my arms are so, like, one, I have a tremendous farmer's hand. It's crazy. Liddy, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. There is water in that cup, but it's not all water. I'm just Axel saying, okay. But it's not all water. I'm saying that for, you know, as a cute thing. It's not a fucking real thing. Just so you know. Oh, who said a hi Ian? Was it Brendan? Axel, okay, let's see. Sorry. Brandon, welcome in. I don't know why I said your name weird. Sorry about that. Okay. It's really hard to read when it's so small. It's so small on my phone. But I literally don't have internet yet. I'm gonna call tomorrow and try to get a deal because you can go on this Spectrum website, but you might not get as good of a deal as if you just talk to someone. So I'm gonna try that, and if I know what the best deal on the internet is, so we'll see. Not looking forward to have to like buy a router again, but whatever. Times like this, it reminds me how much I really don't understand how the internet works. Like, really don't understand. Does anyone else stream here? Because I would be interested to know your download speed. Like, do you like how many like megabits per second you feel like you need? Because like I do Zoom for my group therapy, but I can do that in like the clubhouse. I don't give a shit about that because that's during the day. But then like streaming on like my Roku and then also streaming on my laptop, which is this is not my laptop. Oh my gosh, it's midnight. Oh fuck, I'm tired and everything is in bad places. Poopy. Um, the new apartment, it's a wreck. There's shit everywhere, everywhere. And then also having your parents move you is like little tiny like bombs of like, please don't open that, please don't open that, please don't open that, like everywhere. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you're like, hey, I would suggest you not open that bag unless you want to be scarred for life. So just fucking don't. Just fucking don't. So I didn't plan on moving in today, but that's what fucking happened. Here, I'm drinking definitely water. This tuna sandwich is giving me life, taking me back from the brink, which I really appreciate. Mm. Back to the shitty night. Actually, okay, so there are very few like sentimental things. 28 hours of therapy. Do not open that box. This one? Oh yeah. Oh, you're saying that. Oh yeah. Well, I've become creative where I'm like, oh, this is a nightstand. Definitely not a nightstand. Definitely not a fucking nightstand. Like, just don't open it. Like, and honestly, 28 hours, like, you can't even fucking, no, it's more than 28, so. Like, how do I grapple with the fact that my son's a sex worker? Like, you need more than 28 for that. Maybe my dad wouldn't, but my mom would be like. Anyways, I'm going to show you what really took priority in the um, journey over here. There were some things, so my friend who just passed, everything that he gave me is in here. I was like, I'm not leaving him behind. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like, I was like, literally everything. Every, like, necklace. I have 3 dream catchers from him. Like, my dreams are gonna be caught. Um, because, like, he's, like, he's my best friend, and, like, he's always gonna be with me. So, like, I was not leaving that shit behind. But there are some other things. Obviously, a lot of yarn took the sojourn with me, but I don't know. Some of you, this goes back a little bit in my journey. Some of you might not know that I am kind of a collector of stupid cat statues, and I say stupid in the most irreverent way. So okay, so this is just a little cute black cat because you can't really go wrong with a little black cat. Honestly, just very tiny, very like pettable, very evil villain level. I'm gonna wait. Save for the best. Save the best for the last. Save the best for last. Yep. So I've gone to like when I go to thrift stores, when I go to like home goods, when I go to anything, if I see a cat that is eyeing me, or maybe not quite eyeing me in a way that I'm like, you're dumb. It's coming home with me. There's not a question. There's not there's not a moment of doubt in my eyes. So this I found at Home Goods maybe like 2 years ago. This little stupid fucker has glasses and a little bow tie. Oh my goodness. Can you just say like fancy pansy? Don't say that. That sounds awful. Think of something better to say and say that in your head instead. Now this bitch is super regal. Seeing a cat statue is still in one of your lives. It was amazing. So this very regal, very, very regal. Um and she just doesn't take any shit. Literally none of them have names other than the last one. So those are my 3 ceramic cats. And my last ceramic cat is my favorite. My wife hates it. She thinks it's possessed. She thought about throwing it away and literally was like, if I throw this away, it's going to pop back up. And then she said it has bad juju. So the name of this one is Juju. And it's the dumbest looking motherfucker. And it's like it's one of a kind. Its ears are a little chipped, admittedly. But this is Juju. Juju has some flukes. Um, Majestical being from a land far beyond our realm. Juju is the moment, is the scene, and if you don't like Juju, well, get fucked. No, I'm just kidding. But Juju has a really good read of people, and I'm just saying, like, like if Juju rubs you wrong, I mean, I'm just it's saying something about you, not Juju. So Juju's my favorite. Um, I know she's got a chipped ear, but she can't be too perfect, right? And her eyes are hella wonky. Love that bitch. So I had to bring my cat statues. I had to bring my stuff from my friend Morris. Um, and everything else was like, okay, I got it. But I know Very 70s. Like the colors, the vibe, just the essence. It's all there. And like, I just, you know, I just like, I started my cat statue love with, I would tell you that your $35 would go very not far for Juju. There's no amount of money. I mean, no, no. It's like, I'll do a lot for like not a lot of money, but Juju, I don't think I could sell Juju. Like anything else I could sell, but like I don't think I could sell Juju. Um, she's just precious. Like she's just iconic. She's the moment. Yeah. So you can practice my cold dead hands, Nancy. Cat statue, housewarming. Oh my gosh, please, yes. How about 60? No, no. I mean, you want to pay me $60? Sure. I will literally go carve a cat out of clay, make it for you, do anything I can to make it as close to Juju as possible. But that cat has vibes. You can't deny it. Nobody can deny it, except my wife. She can deny it, but she's wrong. So I really wish I had an Alexa to play music. That's okay. I don't know if you all realize this because I don't show it all the time, but like I'm constantly listening to music. Like I've put out like few Snapchats like up, and I don't realize it. Probably part of the neurodivergence, but I'm always whistling, like always. When I'm like put like anytime I'm working or anything, it's a very like Snow White moment where it's like whistle while you work. Like I feel like my brain has to do at least two things at one time. And so like I was just recording like literally just like the simplest video of me like putting my shower curtain up, and I didn't realize I was whistling, and then I watched it and I was like, oh shit. But my dad is, this is a cute story. My dad has always called me his little songbird. He actually only told me that he called me that when I was an adult. So I was like, maybe you could have showed like any affection when I was younger, but whatever. But he's always called me his little songbird because I always have a tune like right there in my head. You know, I have a friend who she like she like has to be very wary of those songs because so I guess the technical like medical term is earworm, and so like she'll get an earworm and it'll be so like because it's always like a clip of a song. It's never a whole song. There's a clip of a song plays on repeat in your head, and she won't be able to fall asleep. So she'll be awake for hours and hours and hours, and she won't be able to fall asleep. For me, it's just so ingrained in part of my life, and just how I do any task is by like also singing a song to like move it forward. That I don't really have that particular type of problem, so I'm really sad that she does. Like for real, like it sounds awful. Because she's like, don't like she's had to tell her husband, she's like, don't. She's like, stop playing that music. It's gonna get in my head. Whereas I am like, that music, yes, get it into my brain case. So I like a lot of new music, and that will get stuck in my head. But also I've been listening to a lot of the same songs that I have for the past like 10, 15, 20 years. So that helps because I know the song so well that it's like what is a Queen song gonna do to me, right? I know the fucking song. Just sing the rest of the song, it actually gets rid of the earworm. But that's what works for me, but I know it's totally different in her case. Nobody cares about this information. I love tuna. Like sometimes, like I go in and out of phases with tuna, not because I don't like it, but because like sometimes you can just eat one thing too much and you're just like, get the fuck away from me. But like I really do love tuna. Um, so it's just nice to have like a phase where I'm like going through it again because it's such a good source of protein and it's lean and it's you can add so many flavors to it. Uh, it's just really nice. I want to cut my feet off. My feet, like I'm in my cushy. Uh, sorry, I'm not as flexible as I once was. That's not my main draw. But yeah, I'm in my like cushy like trans like Uggs that my sister bought me about 100 years ago, which probably need replacing, but who's gonna pay for that? Um, but like I was in my tennis shoes and my like with my insoles and stuff before that all freaking day. And then I have my binder on and I've had it on all day. Didn't expect to be doing as much. And now that I've done the laundry, I'm like, oh, I gotta spare the water because I'm paying the water bill. So I'm like, I'm gonna hop in the shower with my binder on and just take that off. Oh, you bet I have my slippers on. Also, my parents were tracking all kinds of shit in here. And then like we unrolled like a area rug because it's like a like laminate uh, kitchen to like living room type setup. And my dad was like, how much do you like this rug? And I was like, does the job. And he's like, I would suggest you get rid of it because it's gonna be easier to clean if it's laminate. And I was like, yes, but like I'm on the second floor, like it's considerate for like your downstairs neighbors and cleaning a rug that's an area rug is not that big of a deal. You need to move things around a little bit. You don't scratch the laminate, whatever. He's like, well, fuck him. You know, he was joking, but he was like, fuck him and whatever. But but I'm just trying to like not be like the most obnoxious neighbor right off the bat, if possible. But if you see me and I'm in my house, I am shoeless or I like, and I'm sitting down or I have my slippers on. That's kind of just my MO. I'm just holding this, just like wielding it around like a weapon, wherein I just want to eat it. I gotta figure out my craft configuration because I have like some main crafts, right? I have yarn, and like for me, I'm trying to shift my focus of yarn instead of being like made objects, like custom made objects, to making patterns. So I think that that will be interesting because I don't know. We'll see if people care about that. Um, but then I also have like my leatherworking setup, which I can do a lot of it outside, but I gotta wait for my dad to give me back my metal table. Um, the patio is huge. Like you're just trying to tease us with the tuna sandwich. Are you getting sleepy? Are you getting hungry? Well, either way, I'm gonna eat this tuna sandwich. I have been known to be teased though. Big old tease. But I deliver. Baby, I deliver. Anywho, I'm so glad I got Juju here. Honestly, I feel better having Juju here. And let me show you my stuff that I have from my friend. There are some like necklaces and stuff that might be in a weird place, but I can show you kind of the big things. Okay. Oh my god, my lower back. Oh my god, my neck, my back. Other things. Okay. So I'll save the big one for last because that's kind of the big one. Oh, but there's so many. Jesus. Oh, man. He sent me so much. So when my friend passed, like my friend was very spiritual. He was also very tied in with magic and like Native American spiritual like rituals. So for me, it was important to tie in everything else. He was also Romani Gypsy. So it was important to identify his identity, but also the life that he lived and led. Um, I love my friends. Like, to me, like, my friend will always be there with me. I'm going to move this water real quick. Um, Anywho, totally unrelated. So I did a little ritual. I burned some different things. My sage, my the wood, Palo Santo. And so, but I also have a friend who works in a shop in Raleigh, and she talked to me a little bit about the angel Ezekiel. Which I don't do really any angel work because it just doesn't really align with anything that I do. Not that I'm against it, it's just not me. It's not something that I vibe with. But Ezekiel is good for not only for times of fasting. Ezekiel is kind of known as like the angel of death, but also for like transformation. So it's really important for me, for my friend, to have like a really smooth transition into this next phase of his being. And then also, I've actually been using it for myself because I think that like for me and my friend, like it's both like it's just really good to think about the transformation of it all. So I have my Ezekiel candle. Now, if you now my tattoo looks a little bit like shit. Um, so so I got a tattoo the day that my friend passed. It's of a crow. His spirit animal was crow, and it needs to be touched up. So don't judge me. But but I just was like, he's always going to be with me. He's always going to be like there on my heart. So I did make sure to get it like separate of any breast tissue if I do have top surgery, which I'm hoping to, but that's not really in my control. So I went to my friend and I got this candle from her. I got some other stuff from her, and she has been like literally like outside of her shop. She's been like nurturing a murder of crows. Like if you didn't know, like a group of crows is called a murder, and they literally gave her a gift of a crow feather. So while I was doing this ritual, I had an actual crow feather, which is if you are fucking with it, you're fucking that's cool. Um, some other things that just kind of helped me connect with him, which is really nice. But let me show you what. Yeah, it really needs to be touched up because he didn't change the tattoo to the needle to a shading tattoo, and so he just did the line work needle and just it it needs help. I would say it needs Jesus, but Jesus ain't in on this one. Um, so this is one he actually made for my wife, but he just like so he grew up. So my friend was Latvian, and but he grew up in Arizona and just had like this deep connection with um, Native American culture in the Southwest, and really like their displacement, like their uh, just everything about it. He carried throughout his whole life. Like it wasn't a phase. It wasn't like a cute thing he did. Like he did like regardless of who gave like who thought it was okay to like he just was him, and he found this really welcoming community, especially because he himself was gay, And so the ability to be two spirit and like the welcoming of two spirit individuals has always been notable in so many indigenous tribes. So he found a lot of home in that. And so this was his like beach um, scene. So he made this one for my wife. It's smaller. It doesn't stop jingling. But he would make these all by hand, like nothing. Like he would go out and get the wisteria, everything by hand. He would like everything was like given to him or traded. Like he would trade like stuff for turkey feathers and stuff like that. Like he never like it was always like a bartering system. So I was like, we're gonna keep all your shit here, friend. Oh no, I am missing one. I fucking felt it. I knew it. Okay. Okay, I have a big one that he made me when I was 18, but I have no idea where that is. Okay. So this is one he made me when we were older. So just a black and white turkey feather charm in the center. Just I mean, he just was so gifted with how he worked with things. Um and I just kind of, it's important for me to always have him with me. So, um, will I ever? Oh yeah, his name was Maris, Maris. And then so the last one is the most recent one that he gave me, and I remember when I brought it home, Mel was like, what the fuck is that? Because so Mel had never seen anything with like a pelt or like a foot or something attached to it. And Mars did not care. Like Mars was very like about that native life. And so like it was like you use the whole animal. You use the whole animal. Every part of the animal has a function. So and that kind of creeped Mel out, if I'm being honest. So actually maybe wait, is this the one? This actually might be the one from when I was 18. I don't know. Time is weird, man. Okay, where does this hang from? There you are. Okay, actually, this is the one from when I was 18. So it's got a pelt. I actually don't quite remember what pelt this is. It's so soft, but then it's a little wiry at the end. But I believe this might actually have been the one he made when I was 18, which was a while ago. Fucking while. But he made this huge ass thing, and he like if he sensed that you needed something, he would not ask you. He would tell you to take something, and you did not question it. You did not question it. You just like, yep, okay. Interesting fact: my friend Morris, although we listened to many different artists because his music was very like native and like not my particular genres that I go towards, we had some overlap. Morris was the first person to introduce me to like good share. So thank you, Morris, for that one because good share is fucking good share. I mean, how can you not? So yeah, that one's huge. I mean, it's got to be like a foot and a half wide. And then he would also sew these bags. So this is where maybe this. Okay, so this is the last thing that he gave, most recently he gave me. So he made this bag. He would sew by hand, but he would also use a machine, like a leather machine sewer. He, our fashion didn't align often, but Morris, in true gay fashion, loved fringe. So everything always had tons and tons and tons of fringe on it. He loved to cut fringe onto things. So this has little tiny cloths of, oh, fuck, I don't remember. And then also has like a legitimate rabbit's foot. This is not a fake rabbit's foot. This isn't like a little piece of fur. No, it's an actual foot of a rabbit because that's my friend. And then you would swing the bag top over like this, I think. Is that the top? I don't remember. It's been a while. But Mars, I mean, honestly, like I've never seen anyone create like him. Granted, like, probably a good thing, but like when I brought this into my house, my wife was like, "Is that fucking rabbit's foot?" She was like, "Nah, nah." But like Mars he just had that native spirit to him. So so the last time I talked to Morris was before I got into leatherworking myself, and so I was on my way to the leather shop, and I had called him. He had called me, and I was like, "Hey, I'm on the way to the leather shop. Do you maybe want to like talk later, and maybe we can meet up?" It was about 2 weeks before he died, and he was like, "Yeah, sure," but like I could kind of hear in his voice that he wasn't doing great, but he hadn't been doing great for so long. It was really hard to tell what was going on. So I let him know when I got back home, but he never reached out back to me. And then I found out 2 weeks later that he had passed. So I made friendship bracelets. I've got mine with all my stuff, but I made his. So his looks a little tiny bit different than mine. And his is definitely like, I mean, I like try to work out the kinks on his. Um, but so I made it like a turquoise blue. Um, Both Mars and we both love Cher, and we also both love Dolly Parton. So I wrote, "I will always love you," and I put a sterling silver feather. We have matching bracelets so that no matter where he is, he knows that I will always love him, even if he is the biggest pain in my ass that's ever existed. So I was like, I'm not going anywhere without my friend. Fuckers. So, anyway. But I also have like some of the sage and shit that I brought from home, but y'all don't need to see that. But, anyways, my friend Mars was one of a kind, truly just special creature in both the good and bad ways. Oh, what? See, I told you that app would was would notify you when you were going over. But yeah, so that's what I brought. Brought a lot of crochet stuff. I'm gonna be in like they have a lot of community amenities that I'm gonna be taking advantage of tomorrow. Mainly their internet and their coffee. So my friend passed of liver failure and ammonia built up in his brain. So yeah. Um, but yeah, so um, you know, unfortunately, like we knew it was coming for a while, but it still doesn't make it a whole lot easier to see your friend pass and everything. I think he was 30. I think I said in the video that I did to him that he was like 28 or 29. I always forget how old he was. Because so Mars was adopted in Latvia, and it was very common in a lot of Western European countries to be lied to about a child's age because younger children tended to get adopted when older children didn't. So it's really tough to know what his actual true age was. But I think that Morris was 30, 31 when he passed from his liver failure. Um, I didn't know until it had already happened. And it was hard, even though I knew it was coming. So I don't wish that on people. I don't wish loss on people, but I know it's part of life and unfortunately something that we have to deal with. So, the best thing that I can do is remember him in like the most like beautiful way possible, which for him is like showing off how creative and magical and everything that he was, You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me, so sure. Yeah. So yeah. It's just been like a really interesting couple of weeks with the moving, my friend passing. I think with Mars passing, I think the moving just I couldn't hold off anymore. I just needed to fucking run. Like we talk about like fight or flight and like if you're trauma informed in your kind of like therapeutic approach, you know that like you've got your flight, fright, like flight, fuck. The four F's, As I was just moving slowly. I know I've been like I got my thyroid levels checked and like I thought I was feeling better because my mood stabilizer was working. Turns out I am actually in a state of hyperthyroidism, which is probably the first time in my life that that's happened. And so I'm on too much medication now, so it's like pushing my thyroid to do weird things. So it's actually hard to finish a meal. And it's just it's two pieces of bread and some tuna in it. Like literally, it shouldn't be that difficult. Also, I'm talking a lot. Yeah, my thyroid is like get fucked. Yeah. So I have pretty significant weight change. From the beginning of the year to like now, and then like 15 pounds. And like not that I was trying to lose weight, but just with like depression and whatever. And so it might have been enough to like tip the scales because your initial dose of full replacement dose of levothyroxine, which is the generic name for Synthroid, is a function of your weight. So if that changes, then your dose changes. So the fact that my weight changed might have changed all that. But I don't really understand the mechanics of how things are fucking working. So it's hard because it's like, well, I'm happier ish, you know? So I want to try to uphold that. Mm, yeah. The thyroid can fuck with your shit. I'm sure that immunotherapy is also fucking with your shit. But like, thyroid hormones, they're fucking big deals. Big fucking deals. So I had been on lithium for like off and on for about 10 years when my thyroid went out. And like, lithium is known to just destroy like every fucking organ you have, that is important. And so for me, I was genetically predisposed to thyroid problems anyways. And then I was on lithium for I think at that point for about 4 years. And then I developed thyroiditis, which, like, I started, like, getting, like, I was, like, I started taking, I, at this point, I was taking selfies because I guess that was where it was at that point in my life. But I was like, do I have like really fat neck? Like, am I getting really, 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 really fat? But it was because my neck was getting so much thicker. And then once I like went in to see the doctor about it, like my thyroid was huge. It was fucking giant. And the thyroid is like a butterfly shaped organ right in front of your throat. And my thyroid was like, bye. So basically, like, I got to a point where like I ended up seeing an endocrinologist, but in the beginning, my primary care was like, we'll get you on some Synthroid, but you're gonna have to go to see an endo, so fucking have fun waiting. And then they were like, honestly, like everyone in your family has some kind of thyroid problem. You were gonna have it eventually. Your lithium just pushed it, you know. So cool, I guess. Party. But when I had thyroiditis, like it literally was just like a whole body like extreme flu all the time. Like I was cold, my muscles ached, and like I'm not exaggerating like at all when I talk about how bad it was. Like I literally was just like I was just like an old fucking man all the time. It was so just like miserable of an existence. Um, your thyroid, just the tiniest tweak of that is so fucking hard. I hardly eat anything and I'm gaining weight after losing a lot from chemo. Yes, yes, yeah. Your thyroid being underactive, it's like, wait. But at the same time, you're like, but my body wants weight, but my body doesn't want weight. Bodies are confusing. Mm. I'm surveying the land around me and just how much shit there is. I'm like, how am I going to do all this? How am I going to do all this for real? It's a lot. My sheets are done in theory. Let me check those before I said that. Lydia, I wonder if I'm dealing with thyroid. My neck's been in pain. Could be. I really, I mean, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I, for me, I did not feel any pain in my thyroid. Um, it was pain everywhere else. Um, but, um, but I was sensitive. Like, thing is, like, you know, when like doctors go and they check your glands, which if you try to do, you can never find your fucking. You're like, what are they reaching for? Where are these glands? So like she tried to reach for my glands, but like her hand was obstructed by the sheer mass of my thyroid. So it was just more like, whoa, you have a lot of like something, and it was also a little difficult to swallow. Um, so I mean, having your thyroid checked, your levels checked, is fairly easy in a blood test. They can test your TSH, your T3, your T4. Um, and that can give them a good idea. And an endocrinologist will, be able to provide more thorough. Let me check my shit. I need to do that before I. Oh, you're so fluffy. You're so warm. Yeah, I mean, um, Yeah, so like, I mean, a lot of people have thyroid problems. However, thyroid problems are, uh, a lot of people are saying are being overdiagnosed because they're treating it as the cause rather than the symptom. So, so just kind of be mindful when you get your thyroid checked. For me, my thyroid does not do anything. Like it legitimately does not function anymore. Like it's like I could get a thyroidectomy, like take it out, like literally nothing would change. I would just have less meat in my throat, I guess. But yeah, it was getting so hard to swallow because my thyroid was so swollen that it was actually pushing on my esophagus. And then I just had just the, I don't know. I think I have some pictures from that time, um, but I don't have many. The ones that I saved were the ones where I was like, "Holy fuck, you can see the butterfly!" Like it was so big. Um, it was giant. But I still need to take a shower. I finally got some food in me. I still am partaking in a beverage. I mean, water. Um, got a couple things to do around the house. Got to fill my meds for the week, and got to put sheets on the bed, and got to go see if I can, if I want to, engage in some fun time activities. But anywho, that's not your business. Unless you want it to be your business, and then message me, and I'll tell you my business. So, yeah. Anyways, I hope you all had a great night. Thank you for hanging out with me. This has been an overwhelming day, but you all keep me grounded, and I hope that doesn't sound like some kind of douchey comment. Like, for real, like, I think if I did not have you all to hang out with, I probably would have had like at least 3 panic attacks by now. I did the first day I moved, had a panic attack like right away because I may or may not have been transporting some different flavors of water in a paper bag that may or may not have ripped right away into a parking spot for like premier parking, which is hilarious. And so like a whole glass bottle of butterscotch water uh, may or may not have just platted fucking right there in the spot. And so luckily, well, some of it broke into big pieces and some of it shattered into little tiny shards. So I'm like, Premier Parking, I'm glad you paid for it. Here's some fucking shards of glass. I'm so embarrassed. That was like my first day. But anywho, I won't be making any buttery nipples anytime soon, but whatever. But yeah, so yeah, so it's been a journey. But yeah. So anywho, um, thank you all for hanging out with me. Oh yeah, by the way, I like after that all happened, and then like a can of water, like rolled out of the bag that was broken and like fell into the street. I didn't notice it until it was too late, and then someone drove over it and it sprayed me. It fucking sprayed me. It sprayed me as I was trying to get some like plastic bags to like clean up the glass mess that I had just made. I got sprayed with water. So, things have been great here at the new place, and I've really created a great first impression. And was only catatonic for like, who knows, maybe 2 hours. So that's cool. But yeah, so I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna shower and then take my binder off so that I don't have to wash it because I'm that nasty bitch. And yeah, so I hope you all have a wonderful evening or whatever time of day it is for you. And thank you so much for being a good support system for me. There are ways to support me financially if you want to, but you don't have to. Just being you is honestly I know. Yes, I got sprayed, Nifty. I got sprayed with Michelob Ultra water. And I was like, motherfucker. It's like I'm trying to clean up off, and I got sprayed with water. And so I was like, the thing is, so everyone has anxiety responses that are different. And for me, I struggle with becoming catatonic. Being catatonic is actually a really, really dangerous thing, and I do not ever mean to make light of it. Because you can become catatonic and you can be in the middle of the street, you can be driving, you can be functioning, whatever you're doing, you could just, your body ceases to function. And your mind's still going, but your brain is I mean, wait, your mind's still going, but your body's nope, we're not doing this anymore because we need to protect ourselves, right? It's like a fight or flight type of thing. See, I can say it now. So I was do not lie down in this parking spot with these shards of glass because you can't function. So I already put my application in for a service dog, really hoping that it gets approved because that would save my life, honestly, truly. I don't mean that lightly whatsoever. And then I did pick up as many shards of glass as I could. I put that fucker in the sink, which is still in the sink, and then I made it to the bedroom. I sat on the floor, and I went catatonic. Who knows how long I was there? So, cheers, party. I wish my brain worked normally, but if it did, I wouldn't be as disabled as I am. But here I am, still being disabled. So, just is what it is. But I hope you have a good night. Thank you all for hanging out. You really helped pull me back in, reel me back in from just this crazy day that I should have been able to predict, but I couldn't predict because my family loves to cause chaos. And if you think I'm chaotic, you should have seen where I came from. So thank you so much for everything that you do. Just existing is enough for me. So thank you.